Good morning. It is December the 2nd. It's Monday. And really hadn't had any big plans today. Although I had big plans for life in general, but for today specifically, I did not. But Baylor had other plans. So this morning, my son left for work and left the gate open. And when I let Baylor out for his morning to do his morning duty, his morning business, he let himself out of the gate and took himself for a walk. That's why I say, "Oh, you took yourself for a walk." So, what I usually do is he will get up, stretch, and he will make some sounds with his collar, and it will alert me that it's time for him to go outside. So I get up in a hazy fog. I go pop the door open, and I, kind of half eyes open, half eyes shut. Say, "Okay, it's time for you to go pee pee, go pee pee." And so he will, go outside under my, not under my feet, but like beside my feet, or whatever. He'll go outside. I'll close the door behind him a little bit because I know when he's done, he's going to come back up to that door, pop the door back open, and come back in. So I go to the bathroom and thinking to myself the whole while, man, what is it about that early morning sleep? Like right before you wake up, it's like it feels like that's the deepest sleep of your life. And I was like, and you wake up and you're like back from the matrix or back in the matrix type of thing. So I get up. I was After I let him out, I go to the bathroom. I'm thinking my whole time, man, it was the deepest sleep I've had. Those last 15 minutes be the deepest sleep. So I was like, let me see if I can get back into that sleep. And then I look around and I think to myself, it's really cold outside. Baylor should be back in by now because usually he'll do his thing. He realizes that it's cold, or he just does his thing and he comes back in. So then I'm like, he should be back by now. And I think to myself, the gate has been kind of like giving us some problems. It's not working the way it's supposed to. I need to either take a look at it myself or get somebody over here to look at it and fix it. My son left it open when he left and went to work this morning. So I immediately go, like Home Alone 2. He just went back to the room. Like Kevin's missing. It did one of those, but it was Baylor's missing, or he wasn't there. So I peeped out in my pajamas, peeped out the window in the hopes that he might still be there. Like, maybe he's still back there. He was not. And I was like, okay, Lord, this is your sign. Tanya, this is your sign. Go ahead, put on your things, get yourself together, and go find your baby because he's lost in New York City or he's lost in the city. And so sure enough, I found yesterday's pants, yesterday's shirt, put that on, yesterday's sweatshirt. I found a new hat though. Y'all ready for it? New hat. Who this? I put this on because I was like, I can't wear the same hat. Or I could, but I found a new hat. But then I realized when I was in the car, I jumped in the car. And then I was like, let me get the leash. Got back out, got the leash, got back in the car, and then started down and circling the neighborhood. And then as I was driving around, I was like, he's not going to recognize this hat. That's what I'm thinking to myself. This was last year's hat. The dog isn't going to recognize that. I don't know. That's me in my, like, 80% awake, 20% still asleep, driving around the neighborhood self. So I took the hat off in the car. And it's kind of tight for this hairstyle. The other hat had a little bit more give. So I drove around a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the whole ordeal was maybe 15 minutes. I was like, where is he? Looking around, drove around. I finally spotted him on a street. That was maybe 2 or 3 streets away. And then I let the window down. I was like, Baylor, buddy, where are you going? You took yourself for a walk? And he comes up to the car, and he was kind of like making this face. Sometimes he just kind of makes this face like, you know, like this, I don't know, indifferent, disgusted, where am I type of face. I don't, but he did. He came up to the car. It's like, you're getting in the car? And he almost got in the front seat where I was driving. I was like, no, don't get in the front seat, get in the back seat, open the back door. And he still was kind of like, he was walking around. I was like, let me get your leash. Because he was, I guess, maybe he got mixed up or whatever when he got outside. Although I thought dogs had better sense of direction. Like, I felt like he should have been able to find his way home. But maybe not. Maybe some of the houses look alike in this neighborhood. And maybe he got a little confused. I don't know. But he did. I put the leash on him. He jumped up in the car. And then we came on back home. And so he's been like, I mean, he's a quiet dog anyway. But then I was like, you want some water? I gave him some water. I don't know what ordeal he's been through out there. But he is now snuggled in his bed. He just walked back there a little while ago. So I know he's snuggled in his little fluffy bed right now. So, yeah, that was our morning. That was what happened to us. And I want to go for, I feel like I still didn't get my walk. I would like to walk. So me and not having any plans, I've made plans to get myself together for real, put on today's clothes, get out of yesterday's clothes, put on today's clothes. And then we're going to go to a good park and have a proper walk, get some steps in. It's a beautiful fall day in Audubon Park. It's beautiful. Look at that. Look at those trees. Gigantic. You looking out the window? You ready to go? You ready to go to the park, boy? He's ready. Some places to have a little sandwich in the park or cookout. Some raised places over there, like a platform of sorts. Little ravine. Take a little puppy adventure or not. Don't go down there, Baylor. I don't want you to get snatched up by an alligator. I don't think they have alligators in this park though, but you never know. Maybe a rabid squirrel or not. It seems to be a pretty safe place. Very calm and quiet. What do you see, boy? The only reason why we're getting this close is because I feel like I could get down there and snatch it back up if I needed to. He's so adventurous. I'm not going over there. If I don't have to, I'm not. They have some exercise equipment. Cool. Let's check it out. Oh, wait. We're going over here. You know what? Oh, no. I thought that was an elliptical. It's like a weight press. Oh, interesting. This is an elliptical. I'm not gonna get on it. Cardio walker, ages 13. Okay, cool. I'm gonna come back out here. No, I'm not. What am I kidding? This is good to know. I don't know what this orange thing is in the middle. guess you can hook something up to it, or it used to be something hooked up to it. Interesting. Okay, here's something I did not know. This outdoor fitness park has been named as a national demonstration site, meeting best practices for design and elements of a well-rounded exercise program. Okay, cool. Okay, so just like all the parks, seems like one side is a busy thoroughfare. We got busy avenue on one side, and then we got literally golf course on the other side, way over there, golf course. And then we have this beautiful park right in between. Eating, what are you sniffing? Whatever you find, don't eat it. Please don't. It's probably not good for you. All right, back in the car. That was a nice little chilly and brisk walk. I love the fact that we got like a change of scenery, able to meet some other little furry friends. When we first got here, I hate I didn't have my camera out, but there was this little cute fur ball, I don't know, just puffy thing running around off leash. Okay, so but the good thing is that it was a very friendly, cute, maybe this big, these are my earbuds, I had those on, maybe about this big of a little puffball, ran right up to me in Baylor and started sniffing around, and she was adorable. You could tell it was a she, so she was kind of like, hey boy, and he was like, hey girl, that type of thing. I don't know why I want to ship Baylor so bad every time we go to the park and he meets somebody. But yeah, we had a really great time. Nice, brisk walk. My nose feels like it's on full and I need to blow it so it can be on empty. It's got like a little, you know how when you walk and it's like cold and you go from a cold to a warm space or an enclosed space, then you kind of have like a little bit of a post-nasal drip. That's what I'm feeling. But I'm not feeling ill. So I really, honestly, I think that getting exposure to cold air, outside, fresh air is so important in the fall and the winter. It's important for your health. It's important for your nervous system. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a health care professional, but I do know that my body feels and reacts in a positive way when I get into these natural spaces and even when it's cold. So I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna listen to my body and listen to my nervous system, and we're gonna do more of it. Get outside earlier in the day. We're loving it. Baylor is over there. I don't know if you can even see him. Can you see, buddy boy? He's trying to get out the window. I'm gonna let him stick his head out for a minute. Let's do that. Put the window down a little bit. I can't see him because I'm kind of like in the way, but there he is. When we first got in the car on the way here, he had put his paw down, and I thought I had locked the windows, but I had locked the door, had the child safety on the door, not the windows. So he's just kind of like sticking his head out. I'm like, how are you doing that? But he is, he's a very sophisticated dog. Maybe not. I think maybe where his paw just naturally lands, that's where the window button is, and it works out to his advantage, and maybe he's learned from that. So let's wrap it up for today. It was a nice little walk. I don't think there's anything else that we're gonna do of significance today. We had the him walking himself vlog. You probably got that one before you're gonna get this one, definitely. But yeah, it's a great start to a Vlogmas, and the nature and the beauty of the Memphis parks scenery. I feel like the sun is telling me to wrap it up. because it's going down, down, down. It is 3:22 in the afternoon, and in 5 minutes the sun's gonna go down. All right, I'm going back to Olive Branch, get out of the city before the lights go off for real, for the PPUs come out. Y'all have a good day.